Can you believe that it's almost December? So let's look forward of what we think we might expect in December by looking backward, and as always, letting history be our guide. Learn more on this edition of the Video Market Update. So history tells us, since 1950, the S&P 500 has averaged about a 1.5% positive return in the month of December. Now, as we know, past performance is not indicative of future returns. What does that mean? Just because it happened in the past does not mean we can expect it to happen in the future. Well, 1950 was a long time and a lot has happened. So let's look back in the last few years of how December has shaped up. So let's go back to 2018. The fourth quarter was rough. We had a really bad fourth quarter that ended with us having a negative return for the year. And part of that negative return was in the month of December of 2018. The S&P 500 was down more than 9%. There was a lot of issues, but most of it was a lack of optimism going into the next year in 2019. Well, 2019 had a positive year and slightly higher return than normal in the S&P 500. Well, 2020 and 2021 saw massive returns in December, 2, 3, 4 times the norm that we would used to see in December. And then in 2022, a hard year for everybody. And although we started to climb back a little, December was again a hard month with the market down more than 5%. So 2018 was down, 2022 was down, and the years in between were positive. So does that mean anything for this year and this December? Well, let's look at some of the data points. A report came out that gas prices have gone down for more than 60 straight days. Inflation looks to be slowing down. The concern about a rise of interest rates seems to be not picking up as much steam, and there is a thought that maybe they pause in December and there isn't going to be any more rate hikes this year. Consumer confidence does seem to still be high and people are still spending, and holiday spending is here. And so although we don't know what will happen, we don't have a crystal ball, we can look and say, well, everything is lining up for it to be a positive month. Now, does that mean a slight return? Does that mean 2, 3, 4 times the norm? We're probably going to see something that looks like, again, not a prediction, but looks like something like flat or slightly up or slightly down, but probably not a big move. And that's because people are waiting to see what happens in 2024. Now, what's it going to look like in 2024? Well, you'll have to tune in for another video to find that out. But again, just a recap of where we've been the last few Decembers. December historically has been an okay month with positive returns. We're looking for those returns to close out what's been, to this point, although a choppy, but pretty good return year in the market. So if you have any questions on this or anything you're seeing in the market, let me know. If not, as always, I hope you make it a great week.